Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about all of the unreleased vehicles, aircrafts, and cars that are going to be coming out in the Smuggler's Run DLC over the next couple weeks. So there's a lot of them, and we're going to be jumping into some brief photos of them today, some descriptions about them too, their prices, and their release order. So when we can expect to see them, and how much they're expecting to cost. So there's a lot of vehicles on a bunch of different websites, so let's start with the ones that are going to be releasing on Warstock Cash and Carry. The first one is going to be the Bombushka. So this is the massive Air MOC. It's like the customized Titan looking vehicle that we saw from the trailer. This is going to be the first one to release on the Warstock site. We can tell it's the Air MOC based off of some of the photos we've seen of the inside of it. I mean, this thing looks absolutely massive, and it's going to be crazy to see, number one, how many people can get in there, its effectiveness, its usefulness. Now, what's scary about this vehicle is the price. The Bombushka is going to be available for $4,450,000. That is very, very pricey. So again, that is going to be something you're going to have to save up for if you want to purchase this vehicle, as we're getting all this new content right now, but then in just maybe a week or so, we're going to be getting this vehicle, which is another $4.5 million right then and there. So that's the first vehicle that we are going to be getting out of this update. The second vehicle is going to be the Mogul. So this is the plane that we saw in the trailer that was kind of dropping bombs all over the place. It has that extra gunner seat up top. This is the Mogul. It's going to be the second vehicle that will be released on the Warstock Cash and Carry site. Now, the Mogul is a little bit less expensive, but it's still pretty pricey. It comes in at $2,350,000. So still very pricey. And the price I'm reading off right now does not include customization. So you're still going to have to customize it and upgrade it. So add a couple $100,000 to that as well. But that is the second vehicle that is going to be releasing off of the Warstock site. The third one is going to be the Pyro. So the Pyro takes one of the more interesting shaped planes we have in the game. I don't think this is going to be weaponized or armed in any way, shape, or form, but you can see just how unique it looks right here. I don't think we saw this one in the trailer, so that definitely makes it pretty unique. The Pyro is going to be very expensive, though. It is available for $3,350,000, making it one of the most expensive planes from this update. So this is slowly turning into probably one of the most expensive updates of all time. The Pyro, once again, $3,350,000. The third vehicle that's going to be releasing on Warstock. The fourth vehicle that's going to be releasing off of Warstock is the Vigilante. So the Vigilante is a supercar, but also a weaponized supercar, albeit it's basically the Batmobile, as you guys can see right here. This thing is absolutely nuts. So it's got a thruster in the back. It has weapons on the front. So I'm not sure if it's going to be able to be used in races or anything like that. It's available on Warstock, which is leading me to believe that it won't be the case. But that is the Batmobile, and the Vigilante is pretty pricey too. It comes in at $3,750,000. Very, very expensive. Now, this one to me has Halloween written all over it. So I would imagine, since Halloween is going to be coming up soon, that they will release it during that time. But yeah, the Vigilante, needless to say, is going to be pretty nuts. All right, after that, on Warstock, we are getting the Nakota. So the Nakota is a pretty interesting plane too. This one is actually the Rustler, in case you were curious. So the Rustler from San Andreas is getting a return in this update, as we've seen from the trailer. It's kind of like a P-51 Mustang jet. This one is going to be a drip-fed vehicle as well, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was very much looking forward to this car. And the Nakota is pretty pricey too. It's $1,995,000, so just under $2 million for this brand new fighter jet. So like I said, unfortunately, it is going to be pretty pricey, and it won't be released for a bit as it's getting down the list on the Warstock site. If we move on and we continue, after that, we are going to be getting the Hunter. So the Hunter is going to be released. It is a drip feed vehicle, which I know is going to make a lot of people upset, but Rockstar is saving this for a later date and time. I believe this is the only helicopter added with this update. So the Hunter is going to be pretty pricey too. It is $3,100,000. So far, there hasn't been a single vehicle that we've covered that has been, at least in the drip feed ones that we've gone over, under $1 million. So like I said, you guys are going to have to start saving up for a ton of money because all this drip feed stuff is very, very pricey too. All right, after the Hunter, the last vehicle that's going to be released on the Warstock cash and carry site is going to be the Laser. So this is actually not a new vehicle. This is the Laser 996 or whatever it is that's been in the game since day one. The only bad news is the price. Now, I hope this is a typo, but the P996 Laser will apparently be available on Warstock for $6,500,000. Like I said, I hope that's a typo because that would make it the most expensive vehicle, and it's one that isn't even new. It's an old vehicle that we can go to Forza Zancudo right now and just get it ourselves. So I really do hope that that is not the case and that Rockstar is just messed up with the pricing of that, because boy, would that be very, very expensive. I mean, $7 million for a jet we've had really since day one. That to me seems a little ridiculous. But anyways, let's move on to another website, Legendary Motorsports, where there is going to be two vehicles released. The first one is going to be the Rapid GT3. Now, the Rapid GT3 is a debauchee vehicle, and it is going to be the Rapid GT Classic, which can be seen right here. So I'm guessing that this is either going to be a sports classic or a muscle car. It looks pretty cool. When I first saw this, I thought it was like a Dominator Classic, but it looks like it's just a classic Aston Martin, which is really awesome too. So the Rapid GT Classic is going to be under $1 million. It's going to be $885,000. So hooray, a vehicle that's finally not over $1 million, and it comes in the form of this sports classic vehicle right here. After that, on Legendary Motorsports site, we're going to be getting the Cyclone. So the Cyclone is going to be a supercar, and this one looks pretty awesome. We're getting another coil supercar into the game, which is kind of cool. We don't see many coil supercars, so that's actually nice to get a little bit of variety right there. That's what it looks like. And this vehicle is going to be pretty pricey too. Its grand total is $1,890,000. And because it's a vehicle, by the time you customize it, put all the upgrades on there, it's going to be over $2 million. So once again, getting pretty pricey as far as these vehicles go, but that is the last vehicle to be releasing on the Legendary Motorsports site. And then on the Elitás site, we actually have two. The first of those planes is the Howard. This one actually looks pretty simple. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. It looks very similar to the Mallard stunt plane that we already have in the game. So that is the Howard. The Howard is going to be pretty cheap too. It is under $1 million at $975,000. So not all that bad. Again, it's one of the few planes we have in this update that's actually under $1 million. So that is going to be the first one that will be arriving on the Elitás travel website. And then the second one is going to be the Seabreeze. So the Seabreeze is a pretty interesting looking model as well. Now, I'm not sure if this vehicle is going to be able to land on water. I would imagine, since it's called the Seabreeze, that it likely has the ability to. It kind of gives off a nice Vice City vibe. That's kind of what I'm getting right now. The Seabreeze is going to be awesome. And fortunately for us, it's going to be pretty cheap too. It's only $850,000. Aside from the retinue, which is what we got today, it's actually the cheapest vehicle out of the drip feeding ones. So, and the Microlight, I guess you could say. So the Microlight, the retinue, and the Seabreeze are the cheapest, and this one is $850,000. So now let's talk about the release order of these vehicles. So since we're dealing with three different websites, it is a little bit different to determine which one is going to be coming first. However, if Rockstar start with the Warstock site, we know the first vehicle that's going to be released will be the Bambushka. If they start with Legendary Motorsports, we know it's going to be the Rapid GT Classic. And if they start with the Elitás travel website, it's going to be the Howard. However, going back to the individual websites, on Warstock, it's going to go Bambushka, Mogul, Pyro, Vigilante, Nakota, Hunter, and then Laser. And then on Legendary Motorsports, Rapid GT Classic, the Cyclone, and then on Elitás, the Howard, and the Seabreeze. So if you were counting there, that is 11 total vehicles. And that means if Rockstar do, let's just say, one vehicle per week, that means we are looking at 11 weeks of drip feed content. 11 weeks if they do one vehicle at a time, which is likely going to be the case given the prices of this, because there's no way that Rockstar would want to stack multi-million-dollar vehicles on you at once. So it looks as if this update is going to carry us for the next couple months, probably close to sometime in December, as we have 11 vehicles left in the files ready to be released week after week, or whenever Rockstar so choose to. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about all of the drip feed vehicles, the unreleased ones that are going to be coming into the game soon. I think that they're all really cool. I like the variety of the airplanes. I think the vehicles we're going to be getting are awesome. The only thing that worries me here is the price. I think the price of these vehicles is really expensive, like way over the top expensive. And remember, everything I said and everything I mentioned, that's only the buy it now price. So you'll still have to customize them. You'll still have to upgrade them, getting them the way you want. So this update is massively expensive, and the unreleased vehicles don't get any cheaper either, which is really one of my big concerns here. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today regarding the unreleased vehicles here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know which one of them is your favorite. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. If you did go and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.